world's ending, take a look around. You're tuned into the truth, or at least the truest sound. The path to a better planet, humanity's crescendo. Here's the plan, the regular man's manifesto. Regular man's manifesto. Regular man's manifesto. Regular man's manifesto. Regular man's manifesto.
Alrighty, welcome to the Regular Man's Manifesto. Today we're going to be talking about two topics, one being like the Illuminati and secret societies, number two being Utopia, and our top five is going to be top 5 reasons to live in America.
Alright.
And Chase is checking out. Okay, alright. So, hey, I'm going to be handling the Illuminati portion of this podcast, and I figured I'd split it up into 2 different broad topics, where we're going to talk about the actual history of the Illuminati that's like been recorded, and then other secret societies. And then we'll also talk about how it's become sort of like a joke for people controlling the world and stuff like that. They're like selling their soul to the devil, like musicians and shit like that.
Okay.
So let's open it up with, do you guys think that the Illuminati is still a secret organization that's pulling the strings in the world?
No.
Oh, man. I think it could go either way. Cause okay, so you don't think that...
I don't think it's the Illuminati.
But then, would it be like an Illuminati-type secret society then?
Well, I mean, clearly Illuminati isn't a secret society because everyone knows of it.
Well, you don't know who's in it.
Yeah, so if you have a secret society and then all of a sudden you're seeing it all over the news, are you immediately leaving that secret evil organization, or are you just gonna like... go on?
What if they did that on purpose?
See,
to make you think that they're not legit?
Yeah, see, well, like, my thing is it so far, like, crazy that there's just no way.
That's the plan. What if that's a whole plan?
Yeah, what if they're hiding behind that? Like, you're just disbelief, like, they've made it into a joke.
Well, I've watched all these, like, videos or whatever, or read whatever, and the latest one that I watched is, like, Illuminati guy speaks the truth or whatever, and it's like he's talking about how Obama's this like evil guy, and he's talking about how these companies are all controlling.
Well, Obama
this.
is a lizard man. That's on video. So I mean, it might be.
I hope that.
What?
He is.
There's a video where like he's giving a speech and somebody edited it, so like 1 second he turns... Oh, no, it's a guy in the background, like one of his bodyguards, like turns into a lizard man all of a sudden. Turns back. It was really well done.
I wish I could see that video.
A malfunction in his hologram suit or something.
Oh, man. Yeah. Lizard people.
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean... So
Reveal yourself.
Let's go over the history of the Illuminati. It started, like, what the main one that people discuss when you start talking about the Illuminati is the Bavarian Illuminati, which was created on May 1st, 1776. Coincidental that it's 1776, the first year.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird, too.
Me too, but this is also around the time of the Enlightenment, which influenced a lot of their ideals. So it was created by a guy named Adam Weishaupt, who was a teacher in a Jesuit academy where he learned to really hate the religiously devout, and wanted to create a society to kind of stop the people from spreading their religious influence through all the countries. So their main goals when they first started was to oppose superstition, religion basically, without saying it.
Yeah.
Obscurantism, which I think is also like believing in things that aren't real.
Or, yeah, anything that's going to get in the way of the truth.
Yeah. Religious influence over public life, and abuses of state power. So they wanted to create this organization where he modeled it after the Freemasons, who I think we should talk about as well.
Yeah.
With, like, being secret, having secret code words, passwords, names for people, and they were going to get into high-ranking places in their society and influence things the way to reflect their ideals.
So pretty much the what the Illuminati now, as people see it, is completely opposite of what it was originally.
No, so
not
like
exactly.
it still has like people think that it's an organization that's infiltrated all the highest positions in our society, and they're influencing us secretly towards this organization's ends.
Yeah.
Which is what the Illuminati were trying to do from the beginning.
Which is like they actually were doing.
Yeah.
Eventually, like they started recruiting elites pretty much.
They got high-ranking bankers. They got like princes and stuff. And they actually they had
the Rockefellers and them.
They didn't get they mainly stayed in Eastern Europe.
What?
The Rockefellers. I didn't find any information.
I read a thing that they were.
No, I didn't really. I mostly stuck to like what I knew was true.
Yeah.
Like that was documented to be like historically accurate.
The Rothschilds and the Rockefellers.
If that's true, then they're the most powerful organization in the world.
Powerful.
If they could predict, if they could prove that, which nothing I could find really did.
Well then, I was just watching random videos.
Yeah. So people put together videos saying stuff. I found one where we've watched videos on this organization in Bohemia Grove, where all these high-ranking people get together and they worship this owl, which coincidentally was the first symbol of the Illuminati, the Owl of Minerva, but a lot of secret societies have used them, where it goes back to Greek gods, the goddess Athena, who represents wisdom. So the Bohemia Grove people get together, worship this big owl, and talk about what they're going to do in the world and just have a big party, is what people think. They've infiltrated this organization a few times.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything on it?
No, I've never heard of that.
That's the biggest thing, I think, is the problem with these secret societies, is that you have to have these secret meetings, and I feel like that's where they get found out.
Yeah.
It's easy enough just talking about it, but once you get everybody together, people are going to be like, what's this big-ass meeting doing? Start asking some questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you have that secret meeting be the United Nations.
Yeah. Whoa, man, no way. Alright, so that's basically how I'm going to recap the history of the Illuminati, except to say that they just, they rapidly expanded, and they were modeling a lot of their behavior after the Masons, who have to be considered the most successful secret society in Western history.
Well, I when I was going through the history of it, like the founder, he like pulled over this other dude from the Freemasons, and pretty much what I was reading is the Illuminati didn't have like higher levels of structure set out because they couldn't get.
Yeah, they had 3 levels. They
couldn't get anybody from the Freemasons to like come to them.
Yeah, because they were against religion, and the Freemasons are also pretty religious.
Yeah.
And that's the.
I thought it was crazy that like they have this whole secret society, and they're like just lying to everyone, like, oh yeah, there's these higher levels, but they didn't actually have any.
Then they had like a conference to get together and like, all right, we're gonna create these levels. But at this point, they'd gotten too big, and they had like a religious side and a non-religious side, and they were arguing too much.
Yeah, they kind of just split.
Yeah.
But another thing I read was, like the Roman Catholic Church, like they got banned by the Bavarian ruler, Charles Theodore, and then they got blamed for the French Revolution.
Yeah, you did. I heard that too.
So like even back then they were getting blamed for like these things, and nowadays they get blamed for like JFK assassination or like any event. It's like
you're kind of leaving yourself open to that too when you become a secret society.
Yeah. Is
like you're secret. People can just put whatever actions on you, and you're stuck with it.
So, but what I was thinking is like in their actual like start of their secret society, it doesn't seem malicious. It just seems like, well, I mean, I guess it would be malicious to like manipulate people
without them knowing.
But it
seems like back then everybody was in a secret society.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like
at
a way cooler world.
At their start, it seemed like they were just tired of the status quo being, we're gonna believe in this religion and it's halting us. And they were just like, nah, fuck that.
Which is something I can get on board with. So it seemed like they had noble intentions, but then they started getting a little powerful, and the leader got a little. He seemed like he got a little full of himself.
Yeah.
Or he just was unsure what to do, really.
Yeah, I don't think they just I don't think
Yeah.
they knew how to control it.
Okay. Who are some people you guys think could be in the Illuminati? If they are this all-powerful organization.
Like, who are powerful people that would be in it?
Yeah.
Rich people?
Rich people,
Like
that's
the
very broad.
Rothschilds or just
Yeah,
like
Rothschilds,
I
bankers.
just
definitely.
read a bunch of shit about
Fingers-
them already, and
Yeah, the Rothschilds seem like a good. Like if you want to be powerful, you got to team up with the Rothschilds.
Oh yeah,
well, the Hiltons did. Oh my God, all the Hilton hotels, Illuminati.
Illuminati. Yeah.
Oh my God,
We
you
figured
cracked
it
it.
out.
You cracked the code.
I watched a video about like George Bush Sr. talking. I had like a State of the Union. He says New World Order like 6 times.
Does he really?
Yeah, I was just like, dude, this is crazy.
He was in the Skull and Bones.
If Obama was like to hold a State of the Union and he said New World Order, people go fucking ape shit.
Yeah. Why? Wonder what the context was back then, where that was the buzzword that people wanted to hear, a New World Order.
He was like 90, 91 or something, where he's saying.
Because that's like a lot of people rally behind that manifesto. Oh, maybe we're in it. Regular man's manifesto. We've just the manifesto where they set out the blueprints to create a new world order.
Yeah.
So,
Because I mean, I think there's just like a displeasure with how things are going. So it would be nice. I think people like the idea that there is a guiding hand, maybe. I don't know.
I think we're.
I think it's split because it's like people like it and then people are like, "Fuck that, that would suck."
I think we're like slowly realizing that a lot of our actions are influenced. I think it's kind of like a collective zeitgeist for us, is that we realize that a lot of our actions are influenced, and we want to know like to what end and by whom.
Yeah.
So we know these corporations are doing it.
Definitely.
The media.
The media, like it seems like it's a coordinated effort, really.
Well, so I wrote down a lot of the Illuminati ideals, and a lot of it is like what you're saying. So like I'll just run through a few. The number one ideal is men are inclined to be evil rather than good. So it's basically like saying like they're inclined to be evil, so we need to make them be good through like
Through our
influence.
society and our rules and
Yeah. So preach liberalism is one of the ideals. Use ideas of freedom to bring about class wars. which-
What? That's one of their ideals?
Yeah.
Is this so like coming through the New World Order thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, alright.
So it's to basically make it happen. I would think. I don't know.
So yeah, they're using social strife to accomplish their goals?
And any and all means necessary should be used to reach their goals, because they are justified goals.
That's the most evil. I think that
Yeah,
phrase.
that's the
is
most
just, like,
evil
the
thing, yeah.
ends justify the means is like what the most evil people say.
Yeah.
So like Stalin killing millions of people, he would say,
Yeah.
yeah, the ends justify the means.
Yeah. When you just like, no, fuck that. So another one is the power of the resources must remain invisible until the very moment when they have gained enough strength so that no group or force can undermine them.
So
they're
the
gonna-
New World Order, yeah, they just
Yeah.
want to stay under the
It's
radar.
just like-
So, well, fuck you fucked up.
Yeah. Well, it's just like they think like there's like, it's almost like spies. It's like, well, we got this guy to be in it, and he's in it, and he just so happens to be like the Secretary of State. And
Just
then,
so happens.
Yeah. So I mean, like
Moved
they
up fairly quickly.
Wait,
They
what
just,
is
like,
your job again? Oh!
they
wow.
infiltrate like all these governments is basically the thing until the moment where they can just take them all.
Yeah.
And
Or they put these people into positions of power through money and elections.
yeah, I was more
More keen to the money idea.
I like the ideas of
Money makes power.
like- okay, so this one is advocates in mob psychology to obtain control of the masses. So I mean, I don't know. It just seems
This sounds like somebody coming
sounds
up
like
with
it-
something to like
Retroactively.
scare people, really.
yeah. Promotes the use of alcohol, drugs, and corruption of all forms of vice to systematically corrupt the youth of the nation.
What?
It's
That's
just
to what? Like I feel like the first goal was way off than the rest of the.
yeah.
other
These
ones.
they all seem malicious. The first two don't seem malicious.
Yeah, but the other
And
ones
then
do.
from then on out, it's just like control methods. Seize citizens' private property by any means.
Yeah.
Um,
So if they want to create this new world order, you're just left with a bunch of brain dead human husks. If,
Well,
like, their
it's
goal.
kind of like create this. Like the next one is like use a slogan such as equality, liberty, and fraternity as like buzzwords to control the masses, like psychological warfare type deal.
Yeah. All right. I mean, so okay, like we're trying to, if there is these all-powerful secret organizations, and we're trying to guess at what their like motives are. Let's try and step into their shoes. You're in control of an all-powerful secret organization with the most powerful people in the world. You get together and you're like an influential member here.
Mm-hmm.
What objectives are you pushing for here? Because I feel like I would, trying to step into their shoes, I'm a super powerful person. I'm going to try and push just keeping me in power, like consolidate my assets.
Okay.
I feel like that's what they would do.
Well, that's like the downfall of any totalitarian system is like they get in power like a dictator, and then they start to give their claim to like fame or rise is like I'm for the people, I'm going to do this and that for the people, and then they get to power and they don't want to lose power. So then they just become a dictator and take until finally they're toppled by the people.
Yeah. Here's what I actually would do if I was in charge of this all-powerful. I would go to space. I'm building the space elevator. I'm getting human beings off the planet. We're zooming around the solar system till we find like this crazy combustible resource, and then we're going through black holes. I feel like these people, if there is an organization, they're being very short-sighted.
What's that movie with Matthew McConaughey where
Interstellar?
Yeah. When you said black holes, it reminded me of that.
Yeah, like what? Like if there's somebody with this much power and like can see everything that's going on, can pull all the strings, why aren't they doing something cooler?
Maybe they are doing something cool and we're just not allowed to know about it.
That's bullshit.
Well, it's kind of
then.
like
I'm
the
pissed.
same with like our government and classified things. It's like
Yeah. Do you think there is something like? What do you think is the coolest thing out there that like a government or some secret organization has done that like we're not privy to? Time travel, space travel, like bionic enhancements where they can like shoot lasers out of their assholes.
Actually,
alien
trying to like
We haven't gotten into aliens.
researching for this topic. I came across a video, like 1 million views, where they're saying that Michael Phelps is a robot created by the Illuminati.
1 million views.
Yeah, created by they're just like it's impossible. There's no way.
I mean, he could be a fucking. I hope, I pray, which I'm not religious, but like I just really hope that like he doesn't get busted for doping or something bad.
Yeah.
Like
He has to.
I mean, it's unbelievable. This dude's 5 years older than everyone else,
He's the
and
oldest-
he's just wrecking people's lives.
Oldest swimmer to ever win a gold individual.
It's nuts, and he's smoking people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He almost broke his freaking world record.
Yeah, it's gonna be a doping. It's gotta be.
I hope it ain't.
Or he's
But
a robot.
like you can look, he's pulling like a LeBron out there where he's getting that game face. He might be going to like one of those sports psychologists where it's like winners do this, and he's just getting in that whole I'm gonna win no matter what.
Like the video where he's like sitting there looking forward, and he has this like
When I seen that,
angry look,
Yeah.
and then the other guy who's like supposed to beat him is like shadow boxing,
yeah,
Well,
and they're
even-
like the eye of a champion.
Well, even like there's like a meme going around of like Michael Phelps is just going straight forward. When
Oh,
they're
and the other
swimming,
guy's
and the other
looking.
dude's looking over
But
at him.
they all look though.
He didn't.
Yeah.
No, dude, I made sure I watched the thing. He doesn't look at all.
you can see underwater.
He's just going though.
You
Yeah,
can
but
see
know.
under. He
Yeah.
knows where that guy's at.
I
When
know he
you're
knows, but-
leading, you're not looking, but when you're behind,
Yeah.
you look. Is that what the meme's about? I don't think the
No,
meme's
it's
about.
more like winners are just they're
Focus
going
on it.
after. They're focused on winning and not looking at the winner.
But also that could just be based off like when you're swimming and you look to the left or you look to the right. Like Phelps probably only looks to the left when he
Yeah.
swims, like the same way that guy
Yeah.
only looks to the left, and it happens to be that
Like
Phelps is to the left of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, another thing I was thinking too.
Manipulated by the media.
Well,
wow, Illuminati.
No, but actually, like watching the race and stuff before when they're getting up and like setting, like getting ready to jump, he like does this slap thing, where he like moves his arms and slaps, and it like reverberates throughout the whole fucking place. So it's like that's intimidating. Like when you hear those slaps,
He's
you're like,
out there
oh
just
fuck,
drumming
I'm
on
about
his
to
body
race
like a
I'm
fucking robot.
about to race the best Olympian ever. That's got to be intimidating.
It's got to be. And there's like a rumor that he's I don't know if you guys have heard this, that he might be a robot designed by the Illuminati.
Yeah.
to display Illuminati.
We need to go look at these videos and find some triangles.
Yeah, there's got to be some. It's like in the butt area though. Send Cody in there to investigate.
Okay.
All right, hey, if you guys were we'll stay with like we're designing our own secret society here. What kind of passwords would you use?
They have to be cool.
They gotta be cool, but they're hard to come with.
For what?
They like get into meetings or just like to open up correspondence.
Butt chug.
Butt chug.
Somebody opens up the door. What's the password? Butt chug.
I'd be like, it's not a noun, it's a verb, and you just gotta be. If you butt chug, you can get into here.
You don't say anything. You just fucking pop a beer and start butt chugging.
Yeah, by yourself. You know how hard that'd be. You need somebody to help you.
Hold my leg.
Handstand.
That's gotta be a skit. Can we do a skit where like somebody gets into a meeting?
I'm not gonna be the butt chugger.
I'm not
Right.
doing
We'll
it.
find somebody.
We'll find a robot to do it for us.
Yeah, robot butt chugger. All right.
No, I don't know. I'm assuming their passwords are pretty like.
Yeah, it's
they're
like
probably
like
easy.
Greek mythology type.
Yeah, so you can just go through Zeus, Titan, like all these. You can just.
I mean, they gotta have meaning though. All their symbols and shit have like this intricate meaning.
Yeah.
Like in Freemasonry, I know like a lot of like numbers and symbols. They all have like this specific meaning.
Yeah. But aren't you opening yourself up to being infiltrated though? If
I guess.
you get like people can guess at it. It's like that movie National Treasure. Like he figured all that shit out and he wasn't supposed to.
He's a goddamn genius.
Yeah.
See, but
Da
like,
Vinci Code.
my thing is like, if you're not supposed to be there, I feel like people would realize.
Well, they have like
I've got a Mason ring at my house. I could show up with just one of those on, and they'd be like, "Oh, he's Mason."
Well, they have like speech like passwords for each level too. So like even if you're a Freemason and you're in like the lower levels, you don't know
Yeah.
what to say or what to do to like infiltrate the higher levels.
In 2014, there were still 2 million Freemasons in the United States.
That's weird.
Isn't that crazy to me?
It's a little weird.
Crazy. Like that's a fucking lot. They reached their peak in the 50s where they had 4 million.
We have a giant building right here in Fort Wayne.
Huge, no windows.
Yeah, I
only
know.
windows at the top.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well,
There's,
one side.
I would love to have a secret society.
Yeah, it would be
God
fun.
damn it, I want one so bad.
Because my thing is, if there's ever a zombie apocalypse, that's a good building
That's
to
a
be
building, yeah.
Fantastic building. I bet there's weapons in there too.
They're built to last in that
Yeah.
building.
It's a
I
downtown-
always thought that building looked menacing though.
It does.
It looks so menacing.
It's like designed to just be this Tower of Babylon that's just this huge,
Yeah.
like just with turrets coming out. I feel like it's got a
So do you guys
helicopter.
know
pad
what's the
inside.
purpose of the Freemasons? Is it similar ideology? I don't
Ooh,
know.
they've got a tough past. So like discerning what the Freemasons do is hard.
Yeah.
So they were around at the beginning of a lot of our founding fathers were Freemasons. But they go even back farther, people say, to the Knights Templar, the people that found the Holy Grail
Yeah.
and protected the Crusaders. So they
I
think
kill
that
those in
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. So like they're villains now, but back then they were like the heroes of Christianity until the Pope said, "Oh, they're evil," and killed all of them, and they left the country and became Freemasons. Is the theory with them.
Yeah.
So like really, like they founded our country. Solid there, that's a plus. But since then, you really don't know where their influence has gone. It
So-
seems like it's a drinking thing.
Is there is there like a reason to have a secret society that's outside of controlling the masses? Because that's what I would feel like my secret society would be about. Is like I want to create this network of people where I can
Yeah.
rely on them and do these like it's
Yeah.
almost like a
Achieve
friendship.
goals. But for me, I
Yeah.
think the positives go, you create these systems of morals and ideals
That
that like
everybody.
they become magnified when you seal them with rituals. Like you've got to like walk across coals and cut yourself to seal this shit in. Like it really like
Cultivates like how
Well, it's-
passionate you are about
Well,
it.
it's like if we're in a secret society and all of us have done these rituals, I know you're just as committed as I am, and you can provide me with resources, and I can provide you with resources, and I can trust you.
yeah.
I think that's what it's about.
So like building trust is kind of
Yeah.
like what these are about.
Yeah.
Building like a relationship.
Achieving
It's a
goals and like
Just like it's a
mutually-
fraternity, it's a brotherhood.
But
Where even if you don't know that person at all, you see them and they have the pin on or whatever, you know
Yeah.
that they've gone through the same things as you.
Yeah.
so my thing would be like, say you're starting up a secret society, a new one. So a new one's coming.
We're going to.
Yeah.
We will.
Well, it has to be.
No, we're not.
Regular man's manifesto, secret society. No, so like so the person that would be creating it originally, like he has to have an end goal, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it
not
doesn't
really. It could just be a
necessarily.
sustainable.
So the Illuminati guy created this because he had this set of ideals that he felt like he wanted more people like him to get together and discuss these ideals and like go out and make them more
Conscious.
make like bigger presence in the society as a whole. So they would go out and just push this agenda. All right, so I'm going back. Same thing.
So
Yeah.
so whoever's creating society has one goal, and then he finds people who have similar goals, and then they grow together.
What if the
pursuing
goal?
one goal?
What if the goal is just pursuit of happiness, just like in our Constitution or something? That's the goal
It could be, yeah, theoretically.
of the secret society. So there is no end. It's just you're in this because all the people around you want happiness too, and the way to make it happen is to do these things.
Yeah.
So like earlier you brought up like fraternities and sororities and stuff.
Mm.
And like I guess like what's your view on those?
I think they're brainwashed bullshit.
They do seem like they're not. They don't cultivate. I guess they do cultivate ideals. They
Yeah.
preach on ideals. They make you do charity. Make you work together with people. They're just more open.
So like, cause like when I look at a fraternity, or like the ones that I've been around or whatever, it's like you're paying for a friendship.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, oh, you want me to join your fraternity? Oh, well, like here's my money, and here's like whatever. Rather than it being like, this is me and this is what I can offer you guys. It's more of like, this is the fraternity, what I can offer you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of them are like either the jock one, the nerd one, or like that, right? So you go in there
Or at
knowing
least
like
probably
it's
at
gonna be-
smaller schools, it's probably like really based. Like at Trine, when I went to Trine, it was very like, this is the wrestling house. This is the football house. This is the engineer's house. It was all,
Yeah.
and it was like all the wrestlers and would hang out at this house. And like they would coincide with the other frats or whatnot. But like overall it was like, this is the wrestling house. People who are interested in wrestling and like want to hang out with the wrestlers kind of go here.
See,
Yeah.
that's kind of like I feel like that's a lower level secret society in a way.
It's a
like,
society almost.
It's a
not
yeah, it's not
society.
secret anymore, but it's like it's the same ideal as like I want to network with these people because I feel like they can help me become the best me.
Yeah.
Because you're living with those same people who have the same ideals as you, but it's on a lower level. Unlike the secret society level, it's more of like I'm way different than you, and in that way I can provide things that you can't. Like I've reached a level in this, like I'm an elite in this. I'm elite in engineering, and you're an elite in some other business, and we can provide things across to each other. But in the like
Teaming up.
yeah, in the fraternity way, it's more of just like
Just grouping up because
I
we're
want to be a
similar.
great engineer and I want to live with engineers. So that's how you become that way.
I was just curious, I guess.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I answered it.
All right. Okay. So you guys think that the Freemasons are still influential here? Or is it more of a ceremonial secret society? Because they've done a good job of hiding their ceremonies. Nobody knows their higher level ceremonies still to this day.
Yeah.
They're in obscurity, but they've lost 50% of their. And they report. This is the reported numbers. They report having 50% less people than they did.
I
50
still
years
see a
ago.
lot of their buildings. Like there's that huge one in Fort Wayne, and then there's, I mean,
Yeah, they built
I
the
always
buildings, but they
notice
don't
them.
have the members anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like if so, say like we went there, and we're like, hey, we kind of want to be a Freemason.
You can rent it out as a reception hall.
I know, but like besides that, I'm saying
Oh
like,
yeah.
could you go in there and be like, hey, I'm interested in being a Freemason, and like they would like interview you?
Yeah,
don't
so
know.
you start. I think
is it?
I don't. Maybe you need somebody to introduce
I think
you,
you
but
need
you
somebody to
start at a
sponsor
level
you.
there.
You need somebody to sponsor you.
Oh really?
You need a Freemason to come, like, pretty much approach you. Maybe
Really?
they had a conversation with you, and they think that Freemason like Masonry is like up your alley, and then they sponsor you to become a Freemason.
Oh, I'm kind of interested in it.
I want to be in a secret society, that's for sure. Definitely. But I would say at this day and age, it's harder to be in a secret society. What are you going to create a Facebook page? Like it.
Freemasonry is way different than the
under...
Illuminati, though, because it's never been a secret. It's just you can't. The secrets within the society are what's secret.
But like the fact that the secrets haven't gotten out in the days where you can record stuff on your cell phone or your.
What if it's the same deal though? What if the Illuminati couldn't get the higher level, like secrets from Freemasonry because there never were any?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they aren't, and people think they are, and so it makes them seem more legit than they are.
Yeah.
Could be.
I honestly do think they're not connected with really any, like, conspiracies. They're just, like, working class people, and that's what it's been. Like, that's where they started. Freemasons. It was just Masons got together and created this group based on just, like, it seems like it's always just been a working class group.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely
We
very
should just go. We should just go there and just check it out.
I'm down.
We're Regular Man's Manifesto. Maybe that'll get us in.
Yeah. Hey.
Butt chug.
Butt chug. What if they listen to this and they're just like, "What's the password?" and they can just expect us to butt chug. We're like, shit.
Chase is butt chugging for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you're the one.
You got this, Chase. You
win.
representing.
We'll hold your legs.
Yeah. Look, you're all crushing it.
We'll both hold a leg.
There you go.
Okay, so let's swing it around to how the Illuminati has become a joke. Like, what do you think that's... I think it originates with the rappers.
Yeah, I mean, I think music industry in general has, like, taken, like, the Illuminati thing and just blown it so out of proportion. It's ridiculous.
It was a marketing thing. Like, didn't Jay-Z and Kanye talk about it, right?
Yeah. Well, like, my thing is Jay-Z throws up the rock because, like, he's always done that. It's like, I'm throwing up the Rockefeller sign, like, for Jay-Z, his company, all that shit. So then he started throwing it up, and then they're like, "Oh, it's the Illuminati." Da-na-na, like,
oh, that's how it started.
I mean, when you put up that hand gesture, it instantly makes me think of Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah, right.
WWF.
Yeah.
I don't think of Rockefeller at all.
Yeah, but like that's the way that he did it or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that so the people that make these videos are saying, "Oh, I found the Illuminati."
Yeah, make a joke.
Are also the same people that really pay attention to like rap music and shit like that. So I think that's what kind of.
I think it's just like a spike in. It was like the internet. Just like
people
the internet coming around and people are just coming up with shit.
And it's like
it's hilarious.
Like when someone like makes a music video or like whatever, like there's probably some like hidden messages in the music videos or like in movies and shit. Like we've found a lot of them or whatever. But a lot of them are just created in like our minds where it's like that kind of looks like it's like when you're looking in the clouds. Like you're like, man, that kind of looks like a face, but you wouldn't like take a still picture of that, lay it down, draw the hair of like where the face would look, and then like pull that trace away from it and be like, look, that's Jesus's face. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't do that because that's not a normal thing to do. But like nowadays, people will like watch a music video and they'll see the Rihanna one. I can't remember the name of the song or whatever. But she does like she's dancing and she's like naked and she like puts her hands up and then it's like the exact same symbol of like the devil when he's like the whatever, a goat or whatever it is.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a bunch of them in like one of that Rihanna's videos. There's like 15 or 16 fucking Illuminati based references. But it's just goofy. It's like people are like, oh yeah, like that's a triangle, like boom, Illuminati there, Illuminati
Maybe
there.
these things get like flushed out in production where somebody like notices a symbol and wants to kind of keep accentuating it. Like I remember reading this Stephen King book on writing. He talks about like his method for Chase about spilled his beer. That was about a Bad News Bears. He talks about his method for writing is like he'll write the whole book and then he'll go back and reread it and then he'll notice like something that could work as a theme. So in Carrie, he talked about like blood seemed to be a thing that he noticed would like worked well as a theme. So he went back and he just accentuated it throughout the entire book. with like dropping blood on people, using blood like when she first gets her powers.
Yeah.
And like maybe that's some like these artistic people are using that to accentuate symbols. So they'll go back through and
So someone will watch the video over and over and over and over and over.
they take millions of takes. Yeah, and then they'll just like find like you can make this symbol and they'll just like accentuate it throughout. It's I mean, I'd say it's possible with like artistic people which seem to just they work with symbols.
Isn't that kind of a way to get more views too?
Yeah.
Is like if you have people talking about your video in any way, you get more views.
Yeah.
So like that's like people have pointed out like those like messages in those, and it like the hidden message like discussion made me think of. Have you ever seen the movie Eyes Wide Shut? I think I've asked you this before. It's got Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman.
No, I have not seen it, but I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, it's before. Like Gary Kubiak is the director, and he's known for putting messages in his movies. Like,
yeah.
Very particular messages, and that movie is pretty much about like secret societies, like Illuminati societies, like occult societies.
Oh yes, okay.
So like at one point in the movie, there's like this giant orgy where they're all wearing masks.
I remember that.
And
Okay.
shit. And so like it's like he put like these messages and symbols into the movie, where it's like supposed to be like you're supposed to go in and watch the movie and then watch it again and again and again and break down what he's trying to tell you.
So the Illuminati is a symbol. I think, yeah, alright, so I think that the artistic community is taking the Illuminati as a symbol to represent, like, the man, or, like, just these overarching corporations taking over everything, you think?
I mean, yeah, it definitely could be, because it's like, well, it's, like, with media, it's used to be a lot of different companies controlled what you watch in the media, and now it's just dwindling down and down and down, to where it's, like, becoming these giant corporations that own vast amount of your media intake is controlled by the same one dude.
Think of like Facebook.
Rupert Murdoch, I think, owns like a shit ton of what you watch.
He's out now, isn't he, because of all the tapping phones scandal?
Oh, really? I don't know.
I think, well, I don't know if he's out, but I know he's retreating from
You can think of like Facebook though. I mean, like Facebook owns like Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm not. Do they have
Tons
Twitter?
of other. They bought the Oculus Rift.
You know what I mean?
So,
Like they got.
you could get into that whole.
They're getting in a ton of stuff, and they tried buying Snapchat like back in the day.
But you see what they just did? I mean, they updated
The
Instagram
stories,
to where now Instagram is basically Snapchat.
in a way.
Really?
Yeah.
But you can't send individual Snapchats.
Yeah.
Which I think that's the main thing about.
Well, they couldn't steal.
Definitely.
They couldn't steal that because then they'd get sued.
You think?
Well, you can DM people and shit, going down in the DMs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going
DMs is
down.
where it goes down, though. I just
That's what
read
I've
like
heard.
an article saying it was a Swedish study saying that in the entire world, 124 companies own pretty much all of the minor companies in every country. 124 companies.
That's not a lot at all. That's so little.
It is so little. So it all consolidates. And I think that's like one of these things going back to like the essence of a secret society is like you consolidating your power like behind the scenes.
But isn't that kind of just like a problem with capitalism? Is that at some point it's just gonna be like you're getting bought out because one company's gonna buy out the other, and it's just like fish
Kinda
eating
like
bigger
a nature
fish.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I think
So eventually, I mean, we have this rule against monopolies, but what's the next step is going to be like, okay, we can't do monopolies, but we're going to create this oligarchy, which I think we can see in America.
So my question would be, all right, so let's take like cell phone companies. So would it be a monopoly if there was like, say there's because how many cell phone providers are there, like 10 or whatever? So say there's 10, but 5 of them are owned by one company, but they're all different names.
No.
And they have different values. They're
No,
all
it
different.
doesn't matter. It doesn't
wouldn't
matter if
So
they're owned
they're-
by the same company. It's like, okay, it's like Microsoft and Apple. Bill Gates got sued because he owned 95% of the market in software, and that's basically, he got sued for trying to create a monopoly. So whenever any software company would come out and try to create a new operating system, he would just buy them. And, he was
Yeah.
just, and it was just like, no, you're trying, like, you're trying to keep a stronghold on the market with this monopoly.
Okay.
And Apple didn't have enough shares or enough like business or revenue to like
Compete.
to compete at all.
Did Microsoft try buying Apple?
I don't know.
Wouldn't even be possible.
Yeah.
Well, not, I mean, but a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago it would have been.
Maybe I think they've always hated each other because didn't he come from Apple and they were mad at him?
No. I mean, he stole ideas from IBM, but Apple basically did. He stole ideas from Apple too.
Who's this?
Bill Gates.
Because he was working with Wozniak, right? Wasn't
Yeah.
Wozniak from Apple?
No, they're co-founders of. They created.
Wozniak's from Apple.
They created Windows. They didn't create any computers. Apple's a computer
Yeah.
company, but they had a stronghold on the software that goes into every computer in the world. And then they kind of stole the ideas from Apple and sold them to
the
IBM.
pure power of Microsoft is just beyond my like grasp of like they can theoretically. Well, I guess people comb through all of their programs to understand really what they're.
Now, yeah.
But they have so much power. So much power.
Well, and it's kind of weird how Microsoft has gone, and they're kind of taking away more and more of the user's freedoms within, like, the computer.
Yeah.
So that's something I've noticed.
Yeah.
But...
All right. Okay, let's end this one abruptly.
Yeah.
So
let's
that
not go
it's
into
really
another...
jarring. If you're, like, on a jog or anything, you're going to stop and, like, look puzzled for a second, and everybody around you is going to be like, what's going on? If they ask, explain to them the podcast, and maybe ask them if they want to
look
listen
around
to
for
it.
some triangles.
Yeah, if there's triangles too.
I wish we could play.
That music.
Dude, you gotta insert that music in this at some point when we.
Alright, we're going to go to the second topic, which is a utopia society, like creating a utopia society. So, like, I'm just going to start with a question. Do you think a utopia is obtainable?
Start with define utopia.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so a utopia would be like a place where
Everything is perfect, right?
basically it's as close to perfect as you get.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't
Everybody's
have
in a
to be
state of bliss.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but it's close.
So my question would be like, are you with your question?
Yeah.
My question would be, is it like, are you taking like the U.S. Like, could the U.S. be a utopia, or are you just saying like in general?
In general, is
like,
it possible?
Is it possible?
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Regardless
we
where
could
it's
phrase
at,
it.
however many people it is, whatever.
We could phrase it like this: is it possible on our Earth, like on our Earth, with our history that Earth has had? Is it ever possible to reach a utopian
All right,
state?
I think if we shrink
in
the scale,
in any level, at any
we
level.
shrink the scale, we're looking at a very controlled 50-person village with advanced technologies. It is possible.
So the advanced technologies would be like
The advanced technologies is the crux of the whole thing for me, because it eliminates a lot of work, it frees up a lot of leisure time, and it allows for like a focus on education for me, which is a top priority in a utopia.
yeah.
Logic-based civilizations are the best source or best promise for a utopia for me.
Okay. So, I mean that when you scale it down to like a 50-person type deal, it just sounds like a compound at that point.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, man, there's been a lot of like
Yeah.
cults that
Yeah, it's
sound
like
very
a cult.
similar to that.
Okay, so here's
where
the way.
everyone there is like, wow, this is the greatest life I've ever had.
Yeah.
And then there's like, drink this juice, now you're all dead.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Before they drink the juice, though,
They're pretty having a good time.
they're having a good time.
Orgies
That's
every day.
That's one thing I've always had a problem with. Why are we so against that? If these people want to be in a fucking cult and live their whole life on this one patch of land, why don't
Because
we
it's
just let
so
them?
incredibly un-American.
That,
know,
and
but-
because there's a negative side to where like there's like leaders that like want to kill you, or leaders that want to like rape you. And
I think the
keep
main
you-
thing is people are. There's one dude at the top manipulating everybody, and he's having like kids with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing all
Somebody's
these things.
getting a lot out of this.
Yeah.
Way more out of this cult than they
Think of,
are.
like,
That's not a
Man-
utopia.
You know, like think of like Charlie Manson. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Like, that started out as, like, hey, yeah, like, let's all hang out, and everybody love everybody, like, yeah. And then he's like, you know what? I want you to kill some black people, or white people.
Start a race
you know
war.
what I mean? It's like, wait, what? We were just playing this guitar and singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you want me to do that?
Yeah. Orgies always escalate into just mass murder.
Shut up. Here's some acid. Go.
Have
do
you
it.
have you guys ever listened to the video where the dude is convincing everybody to drink the poison?
There's
At
a video?
Jonestown?
Yeah, Jonestown.
There's a video.
No.
Yeah, there's audio of it.
Yeah, you're right. I
Oh,
have.
dude, it's
No.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
He's like preaching,
I've
and everybody's just agreeing with him, and then they all end up drinking it.
I've
And
watched
the audio
videos.
ends.
I've watched videos where they're like of people who were there that like realized what was happening and freaked out and tried to escape, and then there was like guards that were like killing people.
They
Shooting
tried to get people on helicopters and shit out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They knew that. Yeah, they knew the guards were coming in, so that's when they just pressed the self-destruct button and drank the Kool-Aid.
Crazy. But okay,
How
so
many people died?
that's definitely not a utopia.
Hundreds.
That is
Now
not.
it's a dystopia.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying is you're
So, like, a
you're
lot
a
of times
50-person utopia
Can turn into a dystopia real quick.
easily.
Yeah.
So is it possible then? We've never seen it.
We're looking at, like, so you're setting up models. Like, that's all this boils down to is you're setting up models and you set up contingency plans and you're just trying to build this. But you're trying, like, I think for me, if you're trying to manipulate people, then it automatically leans it towards a dystopia. So for me here, like, a thing that I was setting up when I was designing my utopia is, so it's like a committee of, if say it's 50 people, it'll be a 5-person committee where each time, like in a period, you have new committee members and it's by random. So everybody serves on the committee at different intervals with different people at random times.
So what you want to make is a 50-person equal. All people are equal.
Yeah, all equal. So then another thing I did to,
Equality is important.
equality is important for me too, but like only on a base level. So everybody gets basic rights, but you can attain more in this civilization or in this society, but it's because you worked for it.
There's no way. There's no way that would be a utopian society then. If you can obtain more, it can't be utopian. You can't have competing.
Utopia doesn't just mean everybody has the same amount.
I mean,
It can be. Like, that's
at-
just
at the
against
level-
human nature. Like, you're not dealing with humans anymore.
I don't know. I don't know if you can have that competition happening in a utopian society.
You are not dealing with human beings anymore then.
So
if
you're saying you
have-
get more power by the more you do.
It's not power. It's about just like what you have and what you're doing. So like if you want, so everybody has the basic amount like where they can survive with, and you can just survive each year just doing nothing. But if you go out and do some more in like a certain direction, you have a little bit more, either like food or you can like afford more to do like a boating trip or
See,
whatever.
You know, this really reminds me of our discussion on robots
And basic
and
income.
basic
Yes.
income, because
That's why I was
That's the
building around
concept.
like, so like basic income is if I want like a global utopia, I'm installing basic income.
where everybody gets what they need, and then but if you want more, you want to achieve these higher levels, then you have to do more.
Yes, exactly. That's why because like you can't change human beings so much that we're not human
So
beings
then it's on
anymore.
you. It's on you on an individual level, sort of how it is now.
Yeah.
But no matter how bad you do,
You still
You're
realize you're not
providing
gonna
for it.
die. Yeah.
wouldn't I guess at that point it wouldn't matter because robots are doing it anyways. It wouldn't matter if you were a lazy piece of shit and you were comfortable being a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah. So here's another aspect of my utopia that I'm installing. It's called the veil of ignorance. It's something I learned about in my public policy classes. It's I can't remember who came up with this theory. It's so basically at any point in time there'd be like a lottery where you switch places with another person in society.
Yeah.
So a person who
Well, if it's equality, everyone's the same, right?
But
Nope.
they're not. It's equality in the sense that what you get is equal. And
you start
Well,
within
you
the
start at
within the
So there is
council
classes.
No, within the council that runs the system, there's equality. So, right?
the ruling
That's what you're
class
saying.
is all from just like it could be wherever. The guy that pushes the broom is
He gets
he
put
has
in.
a chance to be on the council in this village that I'm creating.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's just whoever pushes forward and wants that.
No,
it's random.
Say like every 5 years, boom, new
It's-
council, 5 people picked at random, get put on this council.
Oh, that'd be.
But
You
then
don't
you have to be selective about who you actually put into those 50 people.
Yeah,
too,
because my problem.
No, it's got to be everybody. For me, it has to be
though.
everybody.
The whole world's in.
So I came at this from just like starting small, a model of.
But
We'll
there's
say-
so many followers though. Like like if you're picking 5 random people, what if you pick 5 followers and there's not one leader there?
That's how the council's supposed to be, though.
Yeah.
What? So then your whole you're just gonna spend 5 years just like muddling through whatever.
Yeah.
But in a utopian society, it's supposed to be like,
Self-sustainable.
yeah. So those people are never like.
Yeah.
There's never any.
And we're focusing on
upheaval.
education a lot in these. Like that's another aspect of my thing is like it's a strong focus on logic and education. So you have a highly educated general population.
Okay.
All right. So back to the veil of ignorance thing is to keep people acting moral. You have the veil of ignorance. So there's a lottery where you can draw from this lottery. You have to switch places with another person in the society.
Okay.
So that keeps people acting morally. So what if I have to just take the position of any random person in this society? I don't want to set up conditions where it's just unfair to be that person.
Okay.
It's called the veil of ignorance, and it's a very compelling theory.
It's a good idea, yeah. Yeah, I mean, talking about lotteries, I'll just dive into like one of my, I guess it's my main point, is in Plato's Republic, he brings that up. Because he sets up a utopian village, or how a utopian city would go about, and he has a lottery, but it's fake. It's 100% fake lottery. You would literally, in his utopian society, there needs to be a class. It's a classist system, and there's a class of, say, philosophers that control the whole thing. But there's a veil of ignorance where nobody knows that. Like, they know, but they don't know to what degree. So there's a lottery on, like, sexual... Like, you're paired with someone. It's already... Like, you're paired.
Oh, really? You're matched?
There's a lottery. You're matched with who you're going to have sex with. And, like, who you're going to marry.
Oh, shit.
But
That's a gamble.
the thing is, there's a 3-class system where it's bronze, silver, and gold. And you're put into this lottery, and it's fake. It's just completely fake. The only people who know about it are the highest up that know it's fake. So then all the people within the system think that, oh, yeah, it's just my ill luck that led
I ended
me...
up with an ugly woman.
Yeah, I'm ugly. I end up with this ugly woman. It's my luck that ended up that way.
So this whole thing hinges on like a lie that could just be exposed.
Well, his system is all lies, but it almost seems like it would work because it's like, okay, so there's these guardians. Those are the philosophers. They're the main people that run the whole system, and then there's 3 classes of people. As soon as you're born into a class, and you're ripped away from your parents. And that is to, like, create this, not independence, it's create this, like,
dependence on the city.
Dependence on your city. So you don't grow up with parents or a family, you grow up with the people of your city. And you're just like, you get put into bronze class, you're a worker. You get put into silver class, you're like bureaucracy.
It sounds like that movie, Divergent or whatever.
I don't know, I've never seen it.
Yeah, like they set you up in like worker, soldier, diplomat, or science class. I think are the things.
But in this society, it's random.
Based on aptitude. No, isn't it?
No, at birth. At birth, you are assigned.
So
Regardless of like
Regardless,
what you
it could be
excel
2 bronze people, and they create a gold baby. And then that person is in gold society.
I read a little bit of this in college. I thought there was like an aptitude thing where it was like or is that just the ruling class?
I think that's so. To create the guardians, they're born and educated for 50 years.
Okay.
Before they become a guardian, and that's the people. The people who rule over the whole thing are guardians. So then they're just
based on aptitude, or is it just?
I would think it would have to be.
If I remember correctly, I think that is the one where it's like
book.
he writes
in
it's
the
Plato's Republic. Yeah.
I think that'd be a cool movie. Is there a movie about that?
No, it's.
They've taken those ideas,
Yeah,
like
it's a
Divergent
basis
would be
of a lot
building
of
these
things.
utopian societies based on his prescriptions, and I feel like his goes wrong because it's based on too many lies. I feel like transparency is a big part of.
I like a lot of
a
the things
successful
he
society.
says though about how society should be. And it's almost
But
like
you're just giving up yourself though in these things.
well, it's almost like it's a conditioning though, because you don't know at a certain point you live to the class that you're born in because you are born. It's a lie, and how he describes it is, it's a noble lie that puts people into their classes from birth. So it's like justifying the end for me, like.
But I feel like his model squashes like what makes us human.
Yeah, but if you're gonna create a utopian society, it has to be totalitarian in some way.
I don't think so.
If you set up a system, it's almost like, okay, so people set up a system in America and created the Constitution that we live by today.
Yeah.
It's almost the same sense. There's these rules that we live by. It's not
But
utopian.
the rules are described for like less control. Like
but nobody can change those rules. That's the thing. Nobody can change them.
Ooh, the rules are open to interpretation.
There's like amendments, but it's like it's not.
No, there's interpretation.
There's interpretation. That's part of the problem with the rules that were set up.
Yeah.
But when you think in any
I
society,
feel like
when
our
you're
rules are
when
very
you're-
vague.
when you're
They're
initially
super vague. I
when
think
you're
they did it
initially
on
setting
purpose.
up a society, though, isn't that how you want it to be? You want it to be a utopian eventually.
No, I think like one of the things I wanted to bring up here was like, so in a utopian society, is it more rules or less rules? And if I'm imagining a world where I'm happiest, and it's hard for me to get out of this brain and go to like what makes a human being happiest, just like a group of human beings happiest, but like I still feel like it would be less rules, less constraints.
But in that sense, okay, so in Plato's Republic, he talks about it doesn't matter what class you're in, you are provided for with like your basic needs: shelter, food, water,
Which is
shoes.
gold lives a little bit better than silver. Silver
No,
lives a little
they just have a different job. They don't live better than you. They just have a different job. Bronze are the
You
producers.
fucked up calling it gold, silver, and bronze though.
Yeah, it is what it, because I mean, bronze work harder. They have manual labor. Silver is like bureaucracy or whatever, and then gold is like
chilling.
doing what they have a job.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
Yeah. I think Plato didn't understand basic like human
I think-
genetics,
well-
and he didn't anticipate the amount of leisure things we could.
No,
we
I
could
think what Plato
just
was missing,
invent.
and if he was alive today and would change his utopian society, is technology. Technology can do what we want it to, like it can be
Yeah.
all of bronze, it can be all of silver,
Yeah.
and then we're
So
all just
everybody's
gold.
all gold, and we just have like 1 hour work weeks, and we just leisure time after that. Would everybody agree that sounds like a good time? 1 hour work weeks, and then you can
Well,
work like 5 hours.
I was
and
thinking
just
that.
afford to
I
do
was
whatever
thinking
you
that
want.
too,
No,
but you can go.
Alright, so like my problem would be is like almost every single retired person I've ever met in my whole entire life are bored out of their fucking minds. They're
Well-
bored and they start working. They like work, 2 days a week or 3 days a week or whatever because they're bored because they run out of shit to
See,
do.
I think there's two sides to that. There's a side where you're conditioned to where your life, you worked for your entire life. So then at a certain point, it's like, that's what I know. That's what I want to do. That's what creates passion within me. And so if you condition that out where a couple generations go by and people don't have to work and they just work 1 hour a week and it's normal life, then maybe that will go away and people won't be as bored.
Yeah,
Because
so
then
for
you're
one
doing leisure
generation-
activities.
All right.
And then the other side of that is a lot of people find like their life in their work. So like these people like creating like these theories or just being like a surgeon or like being something great like they wanted to aspire to their whole life, that's where they feel
Purpose.
most alive. Yeah, it's your purpose.
Symbology, like
So then you
attach-
take that away, what is that then? I don't know.
Couldn't
Would
you
that-
also theoretically be a surgeon in this model?
I mean, you could, yeah. I guess if we're going by your model where you could do more, then yeah, you could be more.
I think, like, you have to have that freedom to grow into something. You start as, like, a basic package with your basic needs are met. I think that's important.
Yeah.
And there's also certain basic rights that we would have to agree to that every human being gets.
So would you agree on this ripping away of the nuclear family, where you're no longer just a part of a family, you're part of all of society. Where at birth, you have no parents, you have no brothers or sisters, you are just an individual that is reliant on...
That's such a dramatic thing to do
people.
to, like, a person right now. Like, for me, losing a family...
Yeah, but at birth, it's different, because then you just grow up. And
I think it would be a positive effect. Like,
so you don't have parents? You don't have...
You know,
you just live with your city.
Yeah,
you just
your
live with
city
your
is your
state,
life.
Country, whatever.
Yeah.
So who takes care of you when you're a baby?
Everyone.
They're
Takes
like,
a
oh, here,
village.
look at the baby.
No,
Let's pick
people
the
have
baby
jobs. Those are part of people's jobs, where they take care of you, and they...
Think about, like, we have a customer that has, like, a
teachers.
nanny raise their children for him.
I know, and
You think
I
those
told you I
kids-
thought that was totally ridiculous.
But what if...
What's the point of having a bunch of kids if you're not going to take care of them?
Because they're going to grow into be you. They're going to take your jobs. And, like, it's
the
the
next
point.
generation.
The point is society in Utopia. It's not my family versus your family. We need to get more rich than you. That's the whole concept. Is
So it takes
this
the
person would be
competitiveness
dependent?
away.
Yeah, it takes.
That
takes away
portion of competitiveness, where it's like us against the Joneses,
Yeah,
that would go away. So, like, now you don't even know. That'd be kind of hard, leaving your children.
That's a cool movie, by the way.
you don't leave your children. I mean, just societies. You got a baby and it's gone now.
That's oh my god, like doing that to mothers.
But then but as a mother, you would know. I live in this utopian world. My kid's gonna have a utopian life.
That's such a strong biological.
So my thing is like, why couldn't your parents and why couldn't they raise you?
Because then it creates a family like.
Why couldn't you
competitiveness.
have families?
So then it'd be like a competitive state. Our family needs to get ahead.
No, why can't if
you think of like
if everyone's equal already, you start out equal, then like.
But then like if you imagine like reaching a certain level of success and you pass it down to your children, and they keep building up. That's how these things like consolidate.
That's how capitalism is now. Is you're born into more successful. So if we go by Jay's model, somebody would do more successful and then pass on that success to somebody who did not earn that success because their blood,
It just
their
keeps
family.
building. Like the Rothschilds right now are rich because of what their great grandfather did.
Yeah, they're not rich because of any of their accolades or anything they fucking
Well,
did.
maybe now.
So then it'd be in the same sense. If you ripped it away, then it's all on you. It's all on the individual. How do you want to aspire to be as a person?
Yeah.
How do you want
I
to live
like
your
that.
life?
I like that concept because I do kind of like that a little bit.
So,
But I think that you need like family and stuff.
well, like,
You still have that
yeah,
like
you
family.
still
You grow up with your whole generation, really.
yeah.
You grow up with your whole generation, and you grow up with that caretaker.
What's crime like in a utopia?
There is none.
None.
That's how
No one's getting murdered.
That's how utopia is defined. There is
but
not
my thing
crime.
is people. There's gonna be bad people.
Well, you have to That's
Yeah,
I think
like,
Plato
that's-
lays
it's
it out. You have to condition people in a way. Why would there be crime if all your needs are met?
Well,
And
say,
everybody
can
is
you get
contained.
married?
Yeah, but
Can I
Crimes
bank?
of
They control
passion are
that.
still.
they control that too, though.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. Is it's like
Yeah, there's definitely problems.
I really don't think
There's
you
problems
can
with it.
ever.
because people are.
Because you'd
flawed.
have to control the human behavior.
People are flawed, though, man.
Yeah.
That people are flawed.
But why are they
for a
flawed?
good part? though.
Here's one thing though: is why are they flawed? Are they flawed because of the society that we're in now?
Yeah.
Human nature, I think, is the main.
So in
reason.
Plato's society, they're not flawed because, say you're in love with somebody, you go through this lottery system and you're set up with whoever. And say we both love the same person, I'm set up with this person on the lottery system. You have been conditioned to where that's what it is now.
I think that's taking it too far. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah, no, I do too. I think it's like it's
Yeah.
it's an out there idea, but
Because it's
how
so
could
against human nature to like get us to that point we're not human anymore.
there is no way you could set up a utopian system.
Yeah, you really couldn't. But like,
Without
there's a
doing that.
better system you could do.
Yeah.
That's what I was striving for, just like the best we could do. Like utopian society is just for robots. It's just robots.
You'd
like,
have
you have to be
turn
robot-like.
humans into robots.
That's what Plato described was robots, basically. And he didn't even know what robots were back then, but he was conditioning people to be like automatons.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Would you give away your freedoms for a utopian society? All your needs are met. You know, all your friends, your family, everything is met. Needs based. Would you give it up to enter a
Honestly,
utopian
like
society?
for me, I'd have to see it first. So, like the way I was imagining, like you have models, like so, like a certain point we go, like we want to start designing societies, so we create like cities that have models that they follow, and they're like, oh, it works really well here. Look at these people; they're living in this very blissful society. Happiness ratios are like 97%. I would need to see it first for me to like give up a life to go do that instead.
Well, how I view it is you would literally have to give up all of your individual freedoms. Everything.
Which I think that's what really sets like the human race apart, though. Is that each person is so individual.
Yeah. Well, I think
And I
that
think
might
that's
be more
one of our
American culture,
powers.
though. That might
Yeah.
be more of an American culture belief that we're such individuals that we like set up our own little spheres.
Yeah, we want to be different.
We do want to be different. And I think like that might be the number. Like Americans would be the last to join a utopia.
Another thing
That's kind of a
too.
good-
Another
I don't
thing
know,
too
man.
is what I would say is like how you view other people and how you view like your life now. Like I view myself higher than other people. Like just like I'll
Yeah.
walk down the street and be like, I'm better than this person just by even looking at them.
It's easy to look at a 300-pound man and go, "I'm living a better life than that dude."
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
So then, like, to just switch that all to where, like, that 300 pound, I mean, 300 pounds is only, like, 45 pounds more than me. So, like, I know,
I'm better
I
than
know,
Chase.
I know 300 pound men who are good people or whatever. But I'm saying, like, I wasn't referring it to just strictly off body weight, but just, like, in general, it would be hard to just be like, okay, like, this homeless person and me are now equal.
Yeah.
It would be for me individually because like I've fucking worked my ass off to like not be homeless, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. But I think in society, that's what we should be striving for. Is that you might not be equal at the end of the day because of your accomplishments and what makes you happy in life is different from that person. But you are equal in the capacity that you're human.
Yeah.
You're human. And that's where like empathy comes in hand, and like we should be striving for where we provide everything for everyone. Everyone has those basic needs, and then anything past that is on you.
That's when we're living like a civilization of love, like in caring. I think it was like what would take us the farthest. And I don't ever never imagine to be the person that's prescribing caring would be the way forward.
Yeah.
I'm not a person that like it just.
Well, I'm not saying like you have to go out of your way for that homeless person, because in this society that person isn't homeless anymore. He has all his basic needs. There wouldn't be anyone even able to go around asking people for more, because you would say, "Fuck you, dude. You have everything you need. Go do more if you want more." And that's how society probably should be set up.
I like that.
That was a beautiful statement.
Well, thank you.
That shit.
Like
That
it
was
included
good.
"fuck you," which is one of my favorite statements, but it was still like a beautiful statement.
Yeah.
Like we still care about that human being. But
Yeah.
it's like "fuck you" if you want more, do more.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I like it, man.
That's
Boom.
good.
That was the nail in the coffin.
It's a good wrap
I
up.
love it, brother.
Fuck
All right.
you if you want more, do more.
Yeah.
Slogan.
There we go.
All right,
Utopia.
cool. Let's just jump straight into the top 5.
All right, let's do it.
Top.
Chase is loving his top 5. Apparently, he's ready to get going.
I'm not loving it, but
Chase loves
we're gonna
his top
move.
five.
We're gonna move.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Go for it. Yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. McDonald's makes people fat.
Fuck McDonald's.
They're changing their recipes. They're getting on with
Yeah,
it.
fuck them.
My thing is like, how does such a small little patty of beef just get the most calories of all time?
Well, my thing is
Chemicals.
My thing is, they come out with these commercials like, now our meat is all white meat. And you're like, what was it fucking before? What were you feeding us?
Mystery meat.
And now they're like,
it was like hot dogs. They're feeding us.
well,
hot
now
dogs
they're
and-
like, well,
talking about the chicken
now there's no
nuggets.
artificial this and no artificial that. Okay, cool. What else is in that shit that you're not telling me about because you just took that shit out?
It's a trend, though. I
All
like that they're setting the trend, that it's
Yeah.
going forward. Be more conscious about what's in your food.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. Let's go. Top 5 reasons to live in America. Number 5, if we're talking about food, is you can indulge at a Chinese buffet and no one will ever judge you.
Me and
Any
Jay's
buffet.
we just went hog wild in our favorite buffet here in Fort Orlando.
Oh,
Fujiyama
yeah.
buffet on Coliseum.
So
Great.
I hear you guys talking about like busting the buffet.
Oh, yeah.
You do not ever.
Oh, yeah.
No.
As
no.
an individual,
You have never busted a buffet.
as
I
an
can
individual,
You're
I
not.
bust it.
I can guarantee you.
I
have
break
not.
it down on a small scale based off like, I'm going to pay you how much? Okay. And this is how much food I consumed. Me as an individual busted that
No.
goddamn price
You
point.
get your money out of it. They're making money every time.
Yeah, but they're making money off the people who don't eat. It's like a gym membership.
No,
it's
they're
like,
making money off of you.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
No,
are.
they're
No,
not.
they're not.
Yes, they
It
are.
just can't be, bro.
Think about it like this. It's
you
like
are
a gym.
not
no,
taking a
they're
finance
not.
class then.
Dude, no,
they
it's
are.
like, it's like a gym membership. It's like Planet Fitness charges $10 a month. Okay.
Yeah.
They charge $10 a month, and all these people are like $10 a month. There's no value in $10. Boom! I'm gonna just get this gym membership. Get this gym membership. But then like 90% of the people that pay for the gym
Don't
membership
show up.
don't go.
Yeah.
So they lose money on the 10% that go, but the 90% that don't go, they make money off of. People like me and Jay, we go
It's
to the
different.
buffet
It's different.
and bust it.
No.
I'm eating way more than $8 worth of food.
You
I've
do
never
not
seen
bust
us-
the fucking buffet, dude.
I'm eating
You
more
do-
than $8 worth of food.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Are you kidding me?
No, you're not.
If I eat a small piece of salmon, I'm eating more than $8. I know food
Unless
costs.
you're sitting there for 4 hours, you are
No,
not busting
it
that
doesn't
buffet.
take you
Dude,
4
have
hours.
you seen us in action?
I'm not.
You avoid all carbohydrates
I
and
hate-
you go straight for beef and meat. That's what's expensive.
Even if you just go to like a seafood buffet and all you eat is fucking crab legs and lobster, you're not busting that buffet.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, you
No,
are.
you're not.
Because we don't.
How are
dude,
you
we don't
saying
fill
you're
up on,
not?
like-
Because I've taken finance classes that tell me otherwise. You're
what?
just not.
We're not bankrupting them, but we're just getting more
We're-
out of
it's a
them than they
law
got out
of-
of us.
You're-
It's
You're
dis-
so silly.
That's what a buffet busting is.
diminishing returns happens, and it happens so quickly probably within an hour. You eat a couple plates, but you're not gonna stay there long enough to bust them.
So the concept of busting a buffet is we're getting more from them than they got from us.
Yes, you're eating the amount of money.
You're
that they're
overthinking
making.
it, dude. 100%.
They're not going bankrupt from us.
No,
We're not.
what
I'm
I'm
not saying
saying
we're
is
stealing money from them either.
You're paying $8. You're not getting $8 worth.
Yeah.
To you, you are.
100, we're getting.
But to them, they're not. That costs them
Dude,
$2.50.
I just ate 3 plates of sushi.
That
earlier
costs
today.
them $2.50.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No.
Food cost is so fucking low, dude.
Are you? I work at a
You
restaurant.
could go to Pizza Hut and eat the buffet for 3 hours straight, and you're not gonna bust that shit. It's
Yeah,
not even close.
I think you're not looking at the. My thing is
It costs them like 20 cents per plate or some shit.
okay, but my thing.
Maybe
is,
$1 per plate. You're gonna eat 8 plates? Not happening.
My thing is as an individual, we are busting the buffet.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to feel. Is I ate so much that I made my money's worth. That's what it is.
No, it's not making my money's worth. It's not like a value for me at all. 0%. Buffet buster.
Why do you go to buffets then?
I
You
literally
gotta-
enjoy
because it's good.
indulging in buffets. That's why it's number 5 on my
Yeah.
list.
We go in there and like the whole process of it is pleasurable, but at the end we're like, I fucked up. I ate way too much
Yeah.
food.
Buffets are horrible, honestly, in my opinion.
All right.
It's all lower class food
Come on, bro.
at a great deal. All right, I'm gonna go with my number 5 is football,
Football. Good
And-
job.
NFL.
Hey, it'll be something that won't exist in 10 years.
Yeah, but I mean, we're the only country that has it, and it's awesome
And
It is.
it's
It's not in the Olympics, I noticed.
because people would fucking no team like the Americans definitely wouldn't have anybody go over. They could get like tear their Achilles.
I think it's
get
honestly
concussions.
it's like a silly game.
It's
like,
too
It's a silly game.
aggressive.
For me, like
Rugby's
alright.
way more aggressive than the NFL is.
I don't know.
My only thing with NFL is people put on this this protective barrier to where they feel invincible. So then maybe they'll run a little harder or they'll hit a little harder or whatever. I think that's where all the injuries sprout from. But I would say in 10 years, legitimately, people now are like, oh, I'm not putting my kid in football. And if that goes down to where there's no pee-wee football, then how are you developing the skills to be good?
Well, I think
it's just going to
gonna
keep getting diminished until where there's either a small, it's a
shadow of its
shadow of itself.
Yeah.
Weird that
That's
we
where
built a shadow.
that's where football falls apart. Is it starts to the kids, and then it's like, well, maybe we shouldn't have our high school kids doing it.
Which I've read
I've read
multiple
a bunch of
articles
shit
saying
on
that
Ooh.
schools are
Possible
getting rid of
future
it.
topic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll leave it at that.
Football gets out of control
Yeah,
with us.
yeah.
Yeah, well, let's
All
move
right.
Go
on.
to yours.
Number 5 for Jaybird. Gigantic soda pops / Slurpees in a gas station.
Not in New York.
Yeah, that was fucked up. When they said that, I was like, ooh, you're assaulting my freedom. bro.
Yeah, you're taking away my
That's
freedom.
one of our recruiting things. So our cup holders in our cars are specifically designed for these gigantic things.
Yeah, I love how you're like, that's how we recruit people. We
Yeah.
have giant pops.
They're delicious. So when you go into I go into these fountain things and I'll hit a little bit of Mountain Dew, a little bit of Pepsi. I'll toss some Dr.
You're
Pepper
going
in there.
Suicide Squad.
I'm Suicide Squad in it, which by the way is a terrible movie.
Terrible.
So I'll just keep clicking all these pops until I make a uniquely gigantic, delicious pop.
44 ounces.
44 ounces is delicious.
Crazy.
And it's only 500 calories
Yeah.
of just pure
Yeah.
sugar.
It's crazy.
But that's one of the things that I'm gonna bring people into America with.
All right, my number 4 is going to be World Star Hip Hop.
Oh,
And it's mainly just based off aggressive fights that are on that. Because I'll tell you what, watching twerking's cool, but watching fucking people beat each other up, usually over nothing, is the greatest
It's
thing
like animalistic.
on the internet. It's amazing. I love watching
It is
fights.
savage.
It takes. There's been times where I've sat down and been like, "Oh, I'm just gonna watch this quick little video." Boom, a fight video pops up. I start digging deep. I'm clicking on different links. I'm trying to figure everything out. It could easily swoop away a couple hours.
I bet that
yes.
if scientists sat down and mapped our brains while we were watching these fight videos, it would just be the most primal parts.
Yeah.
It's the parts that just
Reptilian.
want to see just ripping it apart. They want to imagine us just winning these fights. That's got to be one of the most basic parts of our brain.
Absolutely.
It's just fight
It's just
videos, and I can sit there and watch them for hours and go, "Ooh, that was savage!"
Yeah.
But damn, he won that
holy
fight.
Shit, yeah. Yeah, people's brains definitely just turn off almost.
Love it, World Star.
Yeah. All right. My number 4 is that we have a great landscape that varies throughout the country. So I don't think like a lot of countries have that, where it's almost every landscape that's on the world is within America.
You can drive through Indiana and find a lot of them. You're not gonna find a rainforest in any, but you're gonna find waterfalls.
I would
You're
think.
gonna find.
Yeah, that's the only landscape we don't have is
we don't have a
jungle.
Desert. We don't have a desert.
Yeah, we do. We have not in Indiana,
Deserts.
but in
Indiana.
America. In
In
America, we have
America.
desert.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but we
really
don't have jungles.
We don't have a
We don't have a
rainforest.
tropical jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have
Other than
forests.
that,
We have very
forests,
varying.
mountains. We have all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we have two
Rivers,
different types of mountains.
lakes.
Yeah.
We have cold areas up in Alaska.
We have coastal.
We got it all.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Well, if you go to Hawaii, is it tropical there?
It is.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
definitely-
Okay. So we got some tropical.
Yeah.
Forgot about Hawaii.
Got volcanoes.
There we
just
go.
erupting.
We get the landscape.
Yeah.
Not at all. We can't get that other places.
The coup de grace of landscapes. All right, Jaybird's number 4. Ties in with Cody's road trips. So we have a really intricate system of highways here, the interstates and stuff. You can get to. Me and Chase drove from San Francisco back to Fort Wayne in basically it was 34 hours total of driving,
Yeah.
but it was 2 days.
Yeah.
So you can really just road trips here are great. Get on the road. Gas stations are super accommodating. They have showers, all the beef jerky you could ever want. Just scratch offs out the wazoo.
Yeah.
Love me a scratch off.
Chase love.
It's the same throughout the country.
We really are a country built around road trips.
Yeah.
Or just about transportation in general.
Just
well,
being in your car.
I mean, we don't have like tram systems or nothing like that. It's
Well,
basically
we
road
do,
trip or
but
fly.
just,
Yeah. Driving, road trips, being in your car, hitting the open highway.
Yeah.
All right, cool. My number 3 is we're the home of bourbon. Kentucky bourbon.
We're
Created
drinking
it.
beer
We
tonight,
created
but
it. Well,
bourbon is good too.
Yeah, bourbon itself. 90% of the world's bourbon is made in Kentucky.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, fantastic news. Because that's an American industry, and it's also a vice, which we love,
Yeah.
and it's also fun, which we love.
I'm gonna drink some bourbon tonight.
Is he? He is.
All right.
Okay. My number 3 is we have a lot of great cities.
Like big cities,
Yeah, like
memorable cities.
Yeah, like we have Chicago,
Yeah.
Manhattan, or like
Vegas.
New York, Vegas,
Oh, why did I say Vegas?
Seattle, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
We have like
San Francisco.
we have some of the biggest cities in the world. Some of the best cities in the
Los
world.
Angeles.
Miami,
Los Angeles.
Yeah, Miami.
LA,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they're all different. They're all
Denver,
cultured and
Austin.
yeah.
I should
You
shut
can
up.
just keep naming
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. So our cities have a lot of personality.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Personality. Key American characteristic. Alright. Number 3 for Jaybird. I ruined it. Las Vegas is just like it would for me. It'd be a selling point for bringing people here to the country is just the general debauchery that you can get into in Las Vegas.
I do think Las Vegas is great. I've been there twice. But I think it could be better.
It could be better.
It could be better.
With what?
If we
Molly and vending machines?
absolutely
I've
if,
never been.
if
actually.
Las Vegas had like a red district, boom, it's better.
Why is that not like they do have,
They have
legal prostitution?
Like in Amsterdam they have it. Why not in Vegas? Vegas should just be like the mecca of
Vices.
vices. All shit goes here.
Yeah, like a purge town. What if they had like an area of town where it was like you can kill people or there's no laws once
That'd be fucking crazy.
for like a day?
You just like as there's a zone and you
Yeah.
enter that zone and you're subject to be killed or kill.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
yeah. What if why is that not a thing?
Yeah, fuck
Oh
it.
my
Let
God,
all the
that's
crazy
some,
people go there.
But we're gonna record it and watch it.
Yeah.
Who would go into that zone? In the
I think
right mind?
a lot of people would go into that zone.
Really?
Absolutely.
Just to feel alive?
Hell yeah, the adrenaline rush from going in and coming out. It'd be like a rite of passage to some people. Like running with the bulls.
To survive a whole day?
I walked, not even a whole day, just like I walked into that zone and
What if
came
it-
out the other
Oh,
side.
so you just have to like go into the zone in like a checkpoint type thing?
Yeah, like
Would people just kill people
or
at the
just, like,
checkpoints?
I went in,
Oh,
and I
All
came
right,
out.
quit talking about the zones. Move on.
Alright, Chase, give us your number 3.
I know what I'm saying. Why were you guys talking about zones?
Las Vegas.
Well, fucking listen to our
Well,
conversation,
We're
damn it.
increasing Las Vegas. Like
We're making
it
Las
a-
Vegas better. There's a zone in Las Vegas where people can kill or be killed.
God.
Yeah.
Why did I miss that? I literally didn't even hear you guys say
This
that.
Canadian beer is potent. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
Yeah,
All right.
Wilson,
All right, cool. Let me jump into my number 2 is
Butt chugging.
we are the number 1 country in cinema admissions. So that means that like our movies and things are way better than other countries. Number 2, so we have this is 2015. We had 1.5 billion admissions into movies.
don't see Suicide Squad.
And the
Yeah.
number 2 country was 188 million.
Okay, so here's my thing with that though.
Blew 'em out of the water.
We have Hollywood, so we create great movies and
Yeah.
like better movies.
Mhm.
But like, all those other countries get our movies. So is it just like Americans go to movies more? Is that the selling point?
Yeah, we go to the movies.
I think, yeah, like that might be it. Like, yeah, just like we enjoy, like we appreciate them more.
Well, yeah. I
If
guess
we're
I
seeing
guess
them
in
on the big
I guess in
screen.
other countries is it, if there's like a language barrier or whatever, they'd have to
Yeah,
like
so
watch
they
with
don't
subtitles.
understand like all the cultural differences between our movies, and like all of our lingo still goes into
Yeah.
these movies. So they're not going to be able
I
to
mean,
enjoy them as
yeah.
much as we do.
Hollywood itself is a selling point because we create the most movies. I'm sure
By far.
the best movies too.
Yeah. Put the most money into it and all that stuff.
I was just reading a thing earlier about how Kung Fu Panda, people in China consider this the best interpretation of Chinese culture that they've ever even seen.
Yeah, and they're like,
they're pissed off because we make way better movies about China than China does.
yeah, I
And
read
it's
that.
Kung Fu Panda.
Well, hey, Jack Black's a superstar. What can I say?
So yeah, like they're like the noodles are better than like we're eating noodles instead of rice in that movie, and like the trees are all better. Like they just like we're way more intense about
We're hitting it. We're hitting it on point.
building movies.
All right. Am I on my number 2? Yeah. My number 2 is America is a melting pot for culture and diversity. I think it makes us unique throughout the world that anyone in the world can come to America and make this their home.
Besides the fact that we're like 75% white.
It's
Are
not
we?
75%.
Dude, I bet it. I'm.
No,
It's-
I read-
no,
I
we're
read-
It's in
not.
the 60s.
Okay, well, I read earlier that we're like 70s, in the 70s.
No way, we're in the 70s.
Well, that's 60s.
It's predicted that like whites are gonna lose not be the majority
Wow.
after.
30 years.
Yeah, but that's not that far away.
But we don't reproduce.
But we
it.
are the melting pot of the world.
Yeah.
We
really
we have
are.
the most diversity in the whole entire
Definitely.
world.
But at the same time, we're kind of like breeding this isolationism thing with Donald Trump here.
Yeah, but I mean,
with Fox
okay.
News rapidly gaining popularity.
so going to other countries and things, it becomes
2010 said that we're 63% white.
well, okay, that's not that bad though. Because
think
going
I
to
read
other
it was
countries,
77,
it becomes
so it's
apparent that diversity is an American thing, really, and it like all the I love just like the culture that comes into it. Like you're thinking about when you're gonna go to dinner. What are we gonna eat? We're gonna eat Mexican. Are we gonna eat Vietnamese? Are we gonna eat Japanese, Chinese, whatever? In other countries, it's not like that. They don't have those choices that we
it's
have.
a great strength of ours that we can pull from all these experiences and build like the best version of humanity. Like I think we have like that might be our greatest advantage when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Is that we provide so many perspectives.
Yeah.
But it might actually be also a disadvantage if we just like get bogged down with so many viewpoints.
I think, I don't know. I think when people become conditioned to like acceptance of all of these cultures and the way people look or are, then that's a good thing.
Number 2 for Jaybird, monster truck shows.
Get the
Poof. Driving a monster truck over like 37 school buses with maybe some children in there.
So-
I don't know.
I come in with melting pot, and you come in with monster trucks.
Yeah, both start with N.
And corn dogs.
Monster truck is very American.
Yeah,
It is.
honestly, I put that in there because my girlfriend just loves monster truck shows, and I feel like she was pushing for it really strong, and I wanted to go to that one monster truck show, but the rain wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
But that seemed like a distinctly American
I mean,
thing.
you hyped
Just
me up.
getting big up in there with lots of horsepower and just crushing shit.
Yeah,
That's super.
that's American.
That's super strong.
It's
Like,
gotta
that's
be
something
American.
that like people would want to see. It's like
Gravedigger.
Gravedigger. I don't know what that is.
That's a fucking the most famous monster truck dude ever.
Oh really?
Yeah.
There, I'm not a monster
You're
truck
out of the
fanatic.
loop.
Yeah, I'm way out of the loop. All right,
All right,
Chase.
my number one reason why America is better than everywhere else
Or just why you shouldn't live here.
Freedom.
is no, it's not freedom. It's because you can just do all the cocaine in the world. We are the number one consumer of cocaine.
Yeah.
Are
So
you-
you're never getting a good price.
So Chase does a lot of cocaine.
I do.
If
I've
the
actually never.
Listeners at home, Chase just does cocaine.
Cocaine out the
all
wazoo.
time.
I've never done cocaine.
He's doing cocaine right now.
No, listen. I've never done cocaine in my whole life. The only basis of this is I couldn't think of anything, so I got on a website and I found a website and says that how we rank against other countries, and for some reason we're number 1 in cocaine and amphetamines and all other drugs.
Yeah, pretty much every drug. So, yeah, I mean, America's a melting pot of drugs.
Yeah. We get influenced by all sorts of
The melting pot of drugs.
I bet we take more prescription drugs. Like, we were in the top percentage with, like, anxiety disorders.
Number 1 in anxiety disorder.
So we really, like, in America, we have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
In general. But we have a good time with it, so.
No, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Alright, my number 1 is America. Top 5 reasons to live in America. Number 1, false sense of security. We just like, dude, I don't know.
At the same time, we amp up the fear, but like, we have just such a robust.
Like, our military is so fucking great. Nobody could ever fuck with us. Blah, blah, blah. And then, like, but then at the same time, we have all the news networks telling us terrorist attacks could happen at any point. Blah, blah, blah. It's crazy.
I just read an article about how we would do in, like, a war against every other country in the world. And we would do surprisingly well.
Yeah. We've spent more than the next 9 countries combined.
300 million people could fend off 7 billion people really well.
Honestly, we're pretty well placed. Too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, coast to coast.
Yeah, like, we do have a level security. Like, we feel like we're untouchable, especially here in Fort Wayne in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Who is blasting us?
Yeah,
Nobody. There's no strategic locations around us.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna attack Detroit. Chicago,
but
maybe.
The reason I say you're making my point, but the reason I say it's false, dude, one fucking bomb and we're done. We're like one person who's
one dirty
malicious,
bomb gets in here.
Yeah,
in like a vending
it's
machine.
over, dude. Like whatever.
The bomb is in play.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck movie. Some of All Fears. You've seen that, right?
I have not.
All right, never mind.
Yeah, you fucked on your reference.
Yeah, that's a solid reference.
That's a pretty popular movie.
Yeah, The Bomb is in play. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
God damn it! All right. Number 1, my number 1 thing that I'm gonna draw people into this country with, if any of our viewers are from outside the country.
Bendy straws.
I know we've got some Australian people. Dan, you're a good guy. Kane, if you're listening to this, you're an awesome good guy.
We're not upside down.
We're not upside down, but we also can wear cargo shorts with acceptance. Think of all the pockets you're just underutilized.
I agree, but to a certain extent, that acceptance is dwindling.
Can I tell you
of cargo shorts?
Yes.
So if you're new, if you like have the updated Snapchat thing, there's like all these little they're like topics or whatever, like things you can subscribe to, and BuzzFeed did one on cargo shorts, how cargo shorts ruin relationships. And like it was like, oh, like me and my husband went out and he would always wear his cargo shorts and I would always tell him to change and he wouldn't, so we got divorced and like
what? Holy
shit like that.
I have made it clear to my girlfriend that I fucking love cargo shorts.
You're wearing cargo shorts right now.
I am. I love them. They're great.
They are great.
They're fucking fantastic.
Especially to
Fuck
work
you if you are divorcing somebody because of their fashion statement. You bitch.
For some people that might be like just being fashionable is. So, have you ever seen a couple that just look, damn, they're up on their fashions right now?
Oh yeah.
There's so many of them. Like, I feel like that guy is getting dressed each and every night. And like, I'm willing to get dressed. Like, I hate dressing myself, but at the same time, it's got to be useful.
Well, we just talked about the hair thing. Like, I've never in my life been like, yeah, I need to do my hair before I go out. But like now, like every once in a while, I'll be like, yeah, I should probably put like gel in my hair or something.
Really? Because I'm just like,
or like, oh, I should get a haircut.
I get a haircut maybe every 6 months.
Yeah, but you like look okay with like longer, like straggly hair.
It looks like John Lennon right now.
But like me with long hair is gross. I was looking at photos, it's bad. My hair's like thick and bushy. At one point, I got a perm to where I had an afro, which was amazing.
Yeah,
You should do that again.
Yeah,
I've got that like.
Bring back the white afro.
Dude, it was
You
amazing.
should bring back the white afro.
It was so cool.
You really should. Cody's got the hipster thing going, which like scraggly hair works with.
Definitely.
Chase is big as shit.
There's no way I
Which,
can
like,
rock long hair.
Nobody.
Can't
Yeah,
You
like,
can pull
he's
off
gotta
anything you want.
No.
As soon as somebody said something, just act like you're gonna beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't work like that.
But at the same time, if you put a lot of like look into like being buff and shit, like you have to also be.
It's like a vanity thing, yeah.
Yeah, you have to. And I've kind of got the. I don't know what my look is. I really don't. I really don't know what my look is neither. I'm fluctuating in between like.
Honestly,
being like.
you like blend in with the masses.
I really do.
That's why you're so good at being a secret shopper. You're unnoticeable.
I'm super unnoticeable, but I'm like wicked handsome though.
Yeah.
Wicked handsome.
Wicked
I want like if you pick you out, you look pretty good, fashion wise. But I mean, it's just like I don't know. You don't wear like brands.
I don't. I wear like my favorite thing is just cargo shorts and like a gray t-shirt or like a black t-shirt. I feel like I just try and just be myself. I try to make myself just be my brand, really.
Yeah, I mean that's how it should be. It should be just you. I'm presenting.
I'm useful.
Yeah.
I'm wearing cargo shorts right now.
Well, I'm presenting
Look at all these pockets
my
I'm bringing
brand.
to
I
the
don't need to
table.
wear something that shows you like, well, right now you are presenting a brand. You're presenting Atlanta Braves. So you're a billboard.
I do. Like I've been indoctrinated into the Atlanta Braves.
You're a fandom.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm not as fanatical as my sister, who listens to all these podcasts. Katie, if you get to this point, you're an awesome sister.
He just put you on blast though.
Yeah.
So
You're fanatical. You are absolutely fanatical, and I'm sure she would be like, she would love to be identified as a like fanatical brave.
Okay. So, did we have any honorable mentions? I feel like we did honorable mentions one time.
I don't.
What,
have any.
You didn't really have any like real reasons.
Real reasons?
I mean, yours were all kind of jokes.
Yeah, they really are, because like, what are we like? We are the nation that believes in angels at the highest degree. Like, we're fanatical about shit that's ridiculous.
But like, why do you live here? Why do you live here? Is it just because you're born here? You have no choice.
Yes.
So why do people come here to live?
Because so it
I
would
would say
be,
like opportunity based. I feel like that people come here because
I feel like
they
it's a
have better
false opportunity. Yeah.
It's not false.
No, we're top five. We're top 5 median income in the world.
I feel
You
like
can
it's
make
that
money
that
here, but if
opportunity
you
is
don't-
dwindling
We're
bad.
top 5. Like I just said again,
Yeah.
we're top 5.
Yeah. For somebody who has enough money to come here.
Yeah.
The median income for the whole world is like only $10,000.
Yeah.
And ours,
No, okay. Let's break it down to
And ours
median
is like-
income of industrialized
ours
countries.
is 43
Because
or whatever.
in the
thousand.
average income, you're adding in like Ethiopia and shit, where they make $1 a day.
There you go. Would you want to live there? Come to
No,
America.
but I'm
then.
saying industrialized countries. Why would you live in America instead of Britain, Sweden, Norway, Australia, Japan? Why would you live here? Why here?
like kind of like what you said earlier, the cultural pot. Like, you know, you can be anyone here. You can be yourself here. We have those big cities that like people just love
Yeah.
to move to and like be part of those communities in those cities.
Expression of your individuality. I think it's like that's one thing that's like promoted here. Be an individual.
We like earlier we talked about the movie thing, so it's like a lot of people come here to like be rich and famous.
Yeah.
I mean, you think of the big city, like you think of like New York and Chicago and LA, like that's the main reasons people go to those cities.
One of the things I had on my list is like the world looks to America. The whole fucking world, whether it be movies or politics, they look to America for like, what are we gonna do next? If a trend starts in America, it reverberates throughout the world. Is that like a selling point of America?
Yeah. So, like, our computer code is written here, and it's, like, seen everywhere throughout the rest of the world. Yeah, like, we're going to be the focal point. Like, we have set ourselves up to
Lead.
like, we're just going to lead. But the same way as, like, could you say the Roman Empire is still leading?
Yeah, I mean,
If you just don't have value anymore, then you're going to just evaporate.
yeah.
We don't really have the value of industry. We have the technology. Like, our banking industry is just a fraud.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, at this point, I feel like America is its military.
We're just
We're the police of the
displaying
world.
value that really isn't here anymore. We're not producing anything other than the movies, the culture. We're not. There's no. We have technologies. Technologies are coming out of here, but I don't feel like the value is coming out of the United States anymore.
Yeah.
I'd say a lot of like
Okay, so
ideas that
in-
other
yeah.
countries are using.
Innovation is coming out of
Innovation's big
America.
here. A
Innovation,
lot of creation.
culture, movies, art, and military. I think that's if we did not
We're
have the
scary because we
yeah,
can fuck
if we
you
did
up.
not have the number one military in the world, we probably wouldn't be in the position we are in the world.
Cool. I agree with you there. All right, awesome. We're going to finish it there. Thank you guys for listening. If you made it all the way this far, this is probably our longest one that we've ever recorded. Be sure to like the Facebook page, share everything that we post on there. Check us out on iTunes, and then on SoundCloud. Subscribe to the SoundCloud channel. All right, hey, thanks, guys. Regular Man Manifesto, out.
Regular Man's Manifesto. Regular Man's Manifesto.